In comes Surapungal. That's a good first ball for Pungal to start this tournament, and that's very well knocked away by Zishan Sarwar, who will pick up his first run, and he's off the mark. This one's well struck by Mehran Khan, and he'll go straight to long on. It's a bit of a chase for Surapungal, and he'll lose out on that chase. That was brilliantly hit by Mehran Khan. This one's well struck by Mehran Khan. It's going to beat the fielder, and has it gone the distance? We'll wait and see. No, it hasn't. It's been given a boundary, as that's the first time we see the new umpire, Sujith Tenakun. Oh, beautiful ball once again by Pungal. Is there an edge there? They're absolutely certain there is one, and so does the umpire. He thinks there's one too, and Zishan Sarwar, who just whiffed at a few deliveries outside the off stump this time around, gets a thin edge through to the keeper, and that's the first blow for M-Docs. Oh, this time he got his length wrong, Girdhar Singh, but fortunately for him, that's only going to be hit to mid-wicket. Oh, no! For a moment, it seemed like that was going to go to a boundary, but that ball was just hit so gently. Vimal Kanduri was there to back up. This one's well struck by Mehran Khan. It's going to go to point, and that'll be a boundary as he hits our little European cricket banner. And absolutely, we are all stronger together. This one's well struck straight down the ground. It's gone as straight as a beeline, and that'll split those two fielders and go for 4. Big Mufflons fans. This one's struck straight by Gursevic Singh, and it's going to go over the camera tower. Watch out, Ivan Puliak up there, because that one's sailing right over your head. Oh, this one just dragged the length back a bit. Didn't get that one right. Got that one terribly wrong, and Gursevic Singh just rocks back. 95. That's a poor delivery by Rahul Shukla, and all that Mehran Khan has to do is just play it away in front of square leg, and, well, there's nothing really. That's another shorter delivery, and it's punished in much the same way. Is it going to race away to the boundary rope? It certainly will, as Mehran Khan now moves on to 34, and he's going at a strike rate of 200. No, that's a terrible delivery. Short and wide. It's going to be smacked, and Gaurav Sagwan is back there, but he's just going to have to watch that ball sail over his head, because it's gone for a 6. This one going down the leg side, and oh dear, looks like it's going to go away for more runs, so it's 4 wides by the looks of it. Ken goes wider, and Mehran Khan, is he going to lift this over the fielder? He certainly will. All Girdhar Singh can do is watch that one sail over his head, as Mehran Khan's beginning to club some 6s now, and that'll also be his half century. He doesn't seem to have realized that. Coming out with the goods again. This one's a shorter delivery again by Srivastava, and once again it's going to sail over the fielder's head. This over has turned into an absolute nightmare for Srivastava. This one's clubbed by Gursevic Singh, and it's going straight into the olive groves. That's his second 6 of the night for Gursevic Singh, and that was this one takes a bit of a bottom edge. Took some pace off that one, Gaurav Sagwan. I think that's what deceived Gursevic Singh. I think there's going to be a run out here. Certainly is going to be a run out, and that's Mehran Khan who has to depart, so a little bit of a mix-up. And that'll mark the end of Mehran Khan's innings. Well, if you continue to bowl there, then, well, that field setting isn't going to help you too much, as that was a wider delivery once again by Gaurav Sagwan. This one's high up in the air for Gursevic Singh. Will this clear the fielder? Once again, it's completely misjudged, and what on earth are they doing there? Hit a 50 in the last match to win your side a final. This time around, Minhas Khan took a few steps in front of the wicket, and he's deposited another one into the olive groves. That's another 6 for the Cyprus Mufflons. This one is high up in the air. Is this going to clear the fielder at long off? No, it isn't. Cool as a cucumber. What a brilliant catch. And there he is. Focus on him, Ivan Puliak. He certainly deserves that credit. And we've got 1 ball left in this innings. Will they crack 120? Good slower ball by Hitesh Tadani. And that one's taken an awful off break. That was really, really unfortunate for M-Docs. Got a feel for Ashish Srivastava. That one took a nasty off break. That's like, got Mataya Muralidharan bowling to you with that kind of spin. And boy, you really have to feel for Srivastava. He had a very difficult time with the ball in hand, and there really wasn't anything he could have done, as that one takes a nasty, nasty bounce for the M-Docs Cricket Club. And in the end, this innings ends at 122, so got a feel for M-Docs. They really didn't get those lucky breaks throughout this match. And he comes for the first ball. Oh, that's a nice ball there, but it's well played as well by Sagwan. It just puts a bat out to it. We didn't see Gaurav Sagwan batting too much in the last tournament, but he's a pretty handy batsman for this M-Docs Cricket Club. This one's a good stroke by Sagwan, but it's straight to the fielder. Waqar Ali, who will take that catch. And that is the first wicket. Of course, there was just a slight moment of hesitation as we wondered whether or not he caught it cleanly, but in the end, I think we're pretty certain he's snaffled that one. Didn't time it perfectly, did he, Sagwan, and it goes straight to Ali. This one's a full toss by Yaman, the first mistake he's made so far this over, and that's beautifully played by Vinod Savan. Just tucked it away and gets the first boundary for M-Docs, and the first runs. This one struck very well by Vimal Kanduri, and he's found that gap. There aren't too many fielders there, and he'll pick up the second boundary of the innings. Over. This one's well played again by Kanduri, and I think he's picked out the gap again. This will just trickle over the boundary rope, so a couple of boundaries in a row for M-Docs. This one's well played again by Kanduri, and I think we're going to see a pretty similar outcome. We certainly will, and that's consecutive boundaries for M-Docs. This was a shorter delivery. It's high up in the air. Is it going to go straight to the fielder? It certainly will, and there he is. The skipper himself, Mohammad Hussain. He's right there to snaffle that catch. And Vimal Kanduri's fiery cameo comes to an end. He delivered. This one's a fuller delivery by Lakhwinder Singh. They're just going to quickly scamper across for single. Murtaza looking at Mohammad Arsalan at square leg. And has this been given out or not? We're still waiting for the decision. Looks like it has. Yes, it's going to be a wicket. This one's, oh, he's cleaned him up, Lakhwinder Singh. And this match is being finished off in this over. Lakhwinder Singh is just taking stabbing a dagger into M-Doc's hearts, and now he's just twisting it. Got just 2 runs and lost 3 wickets. This one's played once again by Komarappa Lapu. He did it very well in the previous over as well, but that time around it was stopped, and this one will just trickle over the boundary rope for a 4. This one's played uppishly by Shrikant, but it's going straight to Gursevik Singh, and that man's got hands like buckets. He's never going to drop a catch. And yet again, Lakhwinder Singh takes 3 wickets. This one's just going to take a bit of an edge, and Chincholkar still won't be able to get off the mark. And I think that's a run out. The umpire won't even bother signaling it because Chincholkar knows it. And that brings his absolutely miserable innings to an end. The Muffalons finally decide to put him out of his misery. Second best batsman for M-Docs. Oh, this one might be plumb. It could be out, and the finger has been raised. Mohammad Arsalan gave that a good hard look, and I think in the end he's made the right decision. So Rahul Shukla has to depart. He had a pretty difficult time out there. This one will take an edge, and it'll be looks like it'll be a streakish boundary. That one will just trickle across the boundary rope. So it's the first boundary in a very, very long time for M-Docs. 1 ball left until M-Docs are put out of their misery. And that will be it. So this game is in the books, and it's an absolutely dominant victory for the Cyprus Muffalons, who will take it by 63 runs. The champions making a big statement in the first match of this Cyprus Encore tournament. And there'll be high fives all around for them as this one will go into the records book. What a performance by the Cyprus Muffalons, and we'll be bringing you highlights of this match very shortly.